Hey everyone, it's Byron again, here to testify for Jesus Christ. Today I'm going to cover a dream that I had of a Islamic or Muslim hunter-killer team. And the dream occurred right here in the United States. I don't know that this is a specific spot. I doubt that it is, but it's very similar. And I'll explain that as I go through this dream. But I'm just trying to reinforce the level that God has communicated to people to try to warn people. Now, biblically speaking, there are prophets. Biblically speaking, the prophets do prophesy. But in today's churches, we don't see that. Or if you were to ask someone, well, who is the prophet in your church? They would say, well, we don't have one. But yet the Bible states that God gave prophets to the church. So you have to start questioning, well, what exactly is happening here in the body of Christ? There are prophets in the real ecclesia, the called out ones. On the website, junipertreeandbeyond.com, we have several people listed there that are prophets to the nations. So I wanted to just cover that so we can just start to see the level of deception or the level of incorrectness within the church. I dare say that I could go to somebody today and they say, well, I've been going to church all my life. And I say, well, who or what is the name of the prophet that you're aware of that was involved with that church? And they would say, we didn't have one. But again, the Bible speaks of prophets. So let's go through the dream right here. I'm standing on a trail. It's a very unused trail, and that's what I saw in the dream. I was with a group of people and we were going through the woods. We were not walking on this trail or a trail like this. We were literally just going through the woods and came onto this trail. So for demonstrational purposes, we came from this direction and we were needing to cross over. This is considered to be a danger area, and those a couple things about danger areas that you learn during military training is that you, first of all, you establish security. And I did in the dream. I had what we call left and right security. I had, say, a guy here and then a guy further down the way looking out. And then I personally crossed between those two men to go to the far side, and that is to establish far side security. It's to recon the other side of the danger area to make sure you're not going to just cross over this into enemy hands. So I had gone across this danger area. Security was established on this side, and as I went across, I heard something. And what I heard, and for the sake of the example, I'm across on this side. What I heard was noise of people coming from like where you are or where the camera is located. And they started coming down this trail, and then I noticed they were carrying AK-47s. They were dressed in civilian attire, but they were Arabic or Muslim, or I identified them as immediately as soon as I saw them, I identified them as an Islamic hunter-killer squad. Now let me explain about a hunter-killer. There's various types of military operations that occur out in the woodline. Some are called raids, some are called recons, some are ambushes and things like that. Well, when I thought of the hunter-killer, I just know these guys are looking for people to move. And when they move, they're going to shoot to kill. And that's all their job is. Shoot to kill what moves. So I was laying low over in the bushes over there, and the security was out, but obviously we concealed the security as well. And this Muslim hunter-killer group walked right in between me and the security people. And behind the security, we had the rest of the force. There was about 8 of us together. And I had told the guys before that if we see anything, we freeze, we try to avoid contact. We do not want to be detected. So this Muslim group, they were just talking among themselves. They walked right down the road, right in between us, and continued on. After they continued on, and I knew that we were at a safe distance, I woke up from the dream. Now, in today's world, people are trying to figure out what's going on, and they're wanting to know the truth. For some reason, they want to steer away from the truth that God provides, and they want to go to fables and tales and maybe some people that are just talking out of their head. But I want to tell you this, that to the best representation that I can, this is the truth of what I saw. Now, this is something that I saw that I believe is for the future of the United States, something that we need to pay attention to. Now, in paying attention to something, we need to also realize that we have one hope. There's no way that we, with our little, I call them pea shooters or whatever we can scrap together, are going to be capable of fighting off a force. I've said before, and I'll continue to say, who can make war with the beast? And if you think about a beast rising up out of the sea, and some people say, well, it's just Satan, and some people say, well, this. Well, I think that it represents more than one thing in different places of the Bible, and the one thing, who can make war with the beast, represents a collective army or combined arms force that is beyond the capability of any other force in the world, and a force that's never existed in the world like this force. So you're going to combine Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, along with military might that is beyond what anyone else in the world has ever seen, and especially the nuclear war. So no one can just decide, I'm going to huff and puff and blow this force down. It's a spiritual battle. It is a battle of good and evil. It is God saying, I gave you a choice, my children. Are you going to trust in yourself? Or are you going to trust in me? And I'm going to tell you, he's drawing us to trust in him. Just today, I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing that there's flooding going on in Texas, and I know that there's flooding happened in the world in the past. But I want to tell you, the frequency of disasters, the frequencies of things are going to continue to increase and increase and increase. The Lord has given us an opportunity to wake up. He is very serious, and he is going to accomplish his mission. So that is the dream of the Islamic hunter-killer teams. That is what I saw. That is reported as accurately as I can. And I just want to point you to Jesus Christ. And I'm not pointing you to a church. I'm not pointing you to a congregation. I'm pointing you to the only hope, Jesus Christ. Thank you.